The Lamont Cranston Band will be playing at Lake George tonight. Singer Pat Hayes is here to tell us more about the band.
Well, it's been around for a while, but you don't need to say how long. We just a boogie blues band. We kind of write our own material. We do a lot of originals and some, standard blues covers and some R&B stuff. We're basically a good time band, kind of a boogie band, up tempo. We're not going to play that low, slow stuff, We're going to rock your socks off and boogie. My band right now can fluctuate, I don't run a real tight ship anymore. Sometimes there's two horns, sometimes there's one. Kind of depends on where we're going. So I get a bigger band sometimes. And sometimes you guys can't make it, so I say, well, go ahead and take the week off or whatever. I never know who's going to show up. We have a lot of fun. It's more important to have fun than to worry about all that stuff.
Now, is the band excited to be playing in St. Cloud at Lake George?
Yeah, that's cool. I like to play them outdoor shows like that.
For someone that's coming out for the show tonight, what can they look forward to from the concert?
The boogie. Just say, we're going to rock your socks off. We're going to boogie you to death. We're going to rock them socks off.
Now, you said not to mention how long you've been playing, but how did the Lamont Cranston Band start?
Well, we had a psychedelic band back in the 60s called The Moon. We were doing a lot of psychedelic stuff, like Yardbirds and stuff like that, Hendrix and stuff like that. Then we realized that was basically like the Yardbirds meant they were influenced by the American blues music. So we kind of figured, well, we should learn how to play that stuff, like those guys did. Learn from the roots and then take it on our own. So we went back and we learned the roots and started playing the straight ahead American blues. And then we kind of wrote our own, started to write our own tunes after that.
So what's the band's schedules like? Where all of you guys played?
We might go as far as Chicago. We might go down to Kansas City. We go west as far as Omaha or sometimes Colorado. We haven't been to Colorado in a long time, though. We might go to Chicago and as far south as Des Moines or Kansas City, as far north as Thunder Bay, as far west as Bismarck, and probably all points in between. Sometimes we'll get hired for some job way, like in California. Usually it's only one that we'll just run out to do. We'll fly out and then fly back. But we don't go on real big tours all over the country like we used to do anymore. But we use the Midwest. The thing is, it costs too much to travel now. And plus, if I go to some of them places, nobody knows who I am. I go where people want me.
Now, do the fans get pretty involved in your shows?
At times, yeah. But not all the time. It depends on the crowd. It depends on where we're at. Sometimes you get a bunch of people that don't understand what we're trying to do. And then other times it's perfect, You're always trying to be playing for a crowd that likes you or appreciates what you're trying to do. We're not going to be playing a lot of songs that people recognize a lot of times. We're not a top 40 cover band, So a lot of people, if they don't know anything about us, they got to have an open mind because we're playing stuff they never heard before. I tell a bunch of jokes and but a lot of times we're playing for crowds that are really, into what we're doing, and it's great.
You mentioned you like playing these outside shows like we have here at Summertime by George. What's your favorite part about these shows?
Fresh air and the sun. Just the air and the sun, hopefully the sun. I like the fresh air and I just like being outside.
Last question here, Pat. As far as playing at Summertime by George goes, what are you and your band most looking forward to?
Well, I don't know. It's just the show. We like to do those outdoor shows. And, that's great.
Pat, thanks for your time. The Lamont Cranston Band will be taking the stage at 6:30. Opening for tonight's show will be Southbound at 5.